Welcome to the Friday Fraudster podcast. Join them as they discuss sad, funny, and sometimes disturbing fraud stories. Be sure to catch past episodes on your favorite podcasting platform or go to www.fridayfraudster.com and grab some CPE while you're there.
Well, hello, friends. Welcome to another episode of the Friday Fraudster. And for some reason, there we go. I was about to say, for some reason, my background isn't working, but welcome to episode number 122 of the Friday Fraudster. We're going to talk about the Instagram incident today. So it's going to be an exciting episode for those of you who are on Instagram. Now, while I'm here, I want to make sure that I invite you to catch the past episodes of Audit Bites. We had Stop Auditing After the Fact. We also had Board Governance Gone Wrong. And the most recent one from this week, Why Communication Skills Are Important for Internal Auditors. Now, coming up in 2 weeks, our next episode is going to be You Can't Audit It If You Don't Understand It. So we're going to talk about the importance of understanding what you actually audit. And a couple more surprises before we bring on our special guest today. Listen, it's the end of the year and everybody needs that ethics course. Well, I've got a free ethics course for you. That's right, I said free. See, I'm testing out a new system. That system is going to allow us to get CPEs just for watching the Friday Fraudster and Audit Bites live. And so I want you guys to help me test it out. And to help me test it out, I'm giving you a free ethics course. It will be the full 2 hours. Go to thatauditguy.com/ethics. And you know what else I'm going to do? In case you don't remember that, I am going to drop it in the chat for you. I am going to drop it in the chat for you. And I just did it. It's simply thatauditguy.com/ethics. All right. Now, if you'd like to be a guest host and you can put up with me for anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, let me know. You also get free CPE just for being a guest host with little old me. So I'm going to be quiet, and without further ado, we are going to bring on our special guest for this week. What's going on, guys?
Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Finally, Friday. Oh, yes.
Right? Finally Friday. So look, we got Shafundu here. Yeah, it is Friday, my man. It is Friday. You know what? We've got, wait a minute. Is this Stephanie? Hello and happy Friday. I think this might be Stephanie. Wait a minute. Is Dana here today? That's Dana. Hey, Dana. What's happening? We do need to catch up, my friend. Thomas says, happy Friday. Thankful for the rain in Houston. Now, this is Stephanie saying happy Friday from Idaho. And then Marsha is here. Marsha's comment is not coming up. Huh, that's interesting. Oh, there it is. Happy Friday from Toronto. Thomas is saying he still can't say that, whatever that is. What are you guys talking about there in the chat?
Oh, Friday.
Oh, Friday. Okay, so listen. I've got a question. How many followers do you have to have on a social media platform to be considered an influencer?
All you need is one. It depends.
Wait,
Depends on what you're trying to do.
All right.
Robert, you are definitely an influencer.
Moi?
I would say
No doubt.
No.
Did you guys know? Do you know how many followers Robert has? And he's like very, very shy about it.
I've got 2 followers, Selena and my mom.
Okay, that sounds a little stalky. Okay, no, don't put me with your mama there. No.
Stephanie here's an
Okay,
I think
so for everybody listening though, how many followers do you need to have in order to be considered an influencer? Just curious.
I'm looking it up.
What does Google say?
Well, the term influencer is a little cringy to me, you know?
Between 100,000 and 1 million.
Did you say 100,000?
100,000 and 1 million are
Oh,
considered
so
macro influencers.
Oh,
okay.
macro. Okay. So you have a micro then.
And then micros between 10,000 and 100,000.
Rob
Ah,
is a
very interesting.
micro. Working
I'm a,
towards macro.
I'm a micro influencer. Now somebody says 10,000. Um, oh, somebody's middle child has 45,000 followers. Holy crap. Hmm. Okay. So is it that you are an influencer if you can fly to exotic places and take pictures with like Bugattis and you know Rolls Royces and stuff like that? Would that make you an influencer regardless of the number of followers you have?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, those are pretty photos, but yeah, no.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out what makes someone an influencer, and then how do you get paid for being an influencer? I'm trying to figure that out. If anyone out there can help us with that, we greatly appreciate it. Now Justin says it depends on if you're sponsored, maybe. You know what? That's a good, yeah. I mean, because even if you have maybe 5,000 followers, if you're sponsored, then maybe you're an influencer because you've been able to influence someone enough to sponsor you. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, LinkedIn user. Okay. So, one of the reasons we're trying to figure out how many followers you have to have before you're considered an influencer is because, well, today we're going to talk about an Instagram influencer. You see, she was flying all over the place from New York to Miami to California, and she was documenting her lavish lifestyle on Instagram. She was 32 years old, and she had a grand total of about 32,000. Actually, I just looked today. She has 34,700 followers on Instagram. So I would say that's fairly substantial, right? I mean, considering I've got like what, 2 followers? So that's pretty substantial. Now, Justin says sponsor, advertising, endorsements, photos, videos, all that kind of stuff. And he says that's how they make money. Yeah, that's what I was guessing. That's how they make money. So I'm guessing if you made like $1 million, you probably would have to have a substantial amount of followers.
Again, in my brain, it's just all you need is one. But then, listen, as a parent, I get to be the influencer every day.
That's true. Well, Galina, you do pretty well on Instagram, though. You've got a following on Instagram. How does that work out?
Yeah. I don't have a sponsorship yet, so that means I'm not an influencer, right?
Okay. So if you're not an influencer and you don't have a sponsorship, I would say it'd be hard to get $1 million, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. So for those of you who are wondering, today what we're talking about is an Instagram influencer named Danielle Miller. She's 32 years old and she hails from Miami. She recently was able to get $1.5 million from her Instagram influencing activities. Now, she has a grand total, like I said, 34,700 followers on Instagram. But she was able to get $1.5 million.
How?
That is the golden question. So Galena asked how. Well, apparently she applied for some PPP loans. Those were the payroll protection loans that the United States government was giving out during the pandemic.
Ooh, ooh, did she claim all her followers as her employees?
Ooh.
Oh,
No, but that would
oh.
have been very ingenious. That would have been ingenious to claim all of her followers as employees. That's not what she did. Now I'm curious if anyone can guess what she did. Now, while we give the people a chance to guess, here's what I'm going to do. You know that we give away things on this show, and for those of you who are regulars, you know what to do to participate in the giveaway. For those of you who aren't regulars or who have forgotten, type hashtag that audit guy into the chat, whether you're on LinkedIn or YouTube, and your name will be put into a drawing that will occur at the end of the show, if you're still present. If you're not present, then we'll move on to somebody else. But if you're still present at the end of the show, your name will be automatically put into a drawing to win a gift by putting hashtag that audit guy into the chat. Now, somebody said, where is it? I wonder how many are bots. You can buy followers. Absolutely, you can buy followers. Yes, you can. And that is quite interesting. So, Galena came up with an ingenious idea. Claim all of your followers as employees. So the next time there's a global pandemic and the US is giving out money, we gotta claim all of our followers as employees. Yes, I did say automatically. Yes, I did. That had to be Dana that caught that. My LinkedIn is lagging right now, so I can't even cheat and see who that was. Yes, I said automatically. Yes. Now, Justin brings up a really good point because this is happening nowadays. Justin says the people making the most money are selling adult media subscriptions. They also call themselves accountants. Yes, they do. To the general public instead of saying that they do adult entertainment. if you if you've ever gotten a funny look for saying you're an accountant, now you know why. Yes. Yes. Justin,
Justin, did that happen to you?
I was just about to ask that. You read my mind. So, okay. So now, for those of you who don't know, let's just be real blunt with it. There are young ladies mostly who sell subscription services to websites where they are doing some interesting things behind a paywall. And they do call themselves, quote unquote, accountants when people ask them what it is that they do for a living. They are called, they are called accountants. Justin said it's happened to him lots of times. we, we, we've just gone nowhere real fast, gone downhill real fast on today's show. Okay. So now that I've kind of baited you and strung you along for quite some time, let me just catch everyone up. Today we're talking about a young lady who has 34,700 followers on Instagram. She was able to get $1.5 million during the pandemic in loans. However, we recently found out that she obtained those loans by stealing people's identities and taking out loans in their name. What do you guys think, Galena, Christine?
I think it's in my opinion, you know how much fraud, right, there was with the PPP loans. I mean, trillion, is it trillions now? I don't even know. I mean, the numbers just, it's Chinese cannot buy all of that debt at this point. That's how bad that fraud is. But what I'm trying to understand in this whole situation, right? So she's an influencer, right? And it appears that there were other things, right, that she was kind of doing, right? So how did she acquire those PPP loans, right? It's through stolen identities, right? So now, to me, that's a great job by our police force and FBI and everyone else. But dude, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of legwork. So to me, when those PPP loans were put out, when the law was put out, is great, right? I mean, it helped a lot of businesses to survive, sustain, etc. But the amount of fraud is just incredible. And so, how much of the taxpayer money are we spending right now chasing down all those frauds, right? And so, in this case, I mean, she was literally like catch me if you can type situation almost. So they spent quite a few years, right? And this is not her first offense. They spent quite a few years chasing her down. So I'm like, great that they caught her, but then,
Yeah.
oh,
So here's what's interesting. Let's just read the story now and get all the facts in a row. From around July of 2020 through May of 2021, she obtained pandemic related relief loans from the government. To execute her scheme, she used the personal identifying information of more than 10 individuals and used fake business names to apply for more than $1 million in government benefits. Additionally, she possessed a counterfeit driver's license in one of the victims' names, but it had her photograph on it. In August of 2020, she used a counterfeit driver's license in the name of a Massachusetts victim to arrange a Gulfstream private jet charter flight from Florida to California. Now, while in California, she didn't go see Mickey, she didn't go to Disney. She stayed at a luxury hotel under that same victim's name. And then, in a separate instance, she used the identity of another victim to rent a luxury apartment in Florida.
so reading a little bit about her background, just a couple of the articles. Her dad, do you know who her dad was?
Who was her dad?
Mm, he was a judge. He is. Hmm.
He was a
She's a. Oh, wait. So this lady is a former law student whose father was once president of the New York State Bar Association.
There you go.
She said that she learned how scheming works while serving time in New York following a grand larceny arrest in her college days.
Yep. So there's an article in the New York Magazine titled, I more so consider myself a con artist than anything. What Danielle Miller learned at Horace Mann and Rikers. Now, Horace Mann is an insurance company, and Rikers Island is a prison in New York.
It's one of those, I have kids, and I'm just thinking, if my child just
Right.
something like that. I mean, listen, it's life, right? You do your best. You do your best as a parent, and you just show up. And maybe not every day. I mean, but you try to show up most of the days and be a good example. And everything just sounds like this father was a great example, but something happened. So that's kind of like one of my, a little bit of my fears, right? To see what happens with the kids.
Yeah. Oh, and I stand corrected. She was the daughter of wealthy Manhattan parents and a graduate of the prestigious Horace Mann School. Now, it says that she was ill prepared for a place like Rikers Island, but she had one advantage, and that advantage was she knew how to make friends. And so she
Mm-hmm.
made friends in Rikers, and they kind of taught her the ropes.
Yeah. So one of the friends that she befriended was Anna Sorokin.
There you
You
go.
guys might have heard of that name as Anna Delvey, who was a focus of hit Netflix miniseries in 2022.
Yep. And if you've never seen that series, you need to watch it. Loosely based on her life, she was a con artist who conned her way into a lot of different things. She conned people out of money. She was able to amass millions of dollars in wealth. And it was all an illusion. It was all fake. Now, Shafundu says, do we know if the PII she obtained was from her followers? Wondering how she managed to convince some of her followers to share their PII. I was trying to find that, and that's what I'm assuming at this point, but I hadn't been able to confirm or deny that.
No, I don't think so. It didn't appear that way. There is an affidavit that I was reading, and it seemed that the individuals like were not familiar. So it almost seems like it was from the information was obtained from dark web, the driver's license and the social security numbers that were used to obtain the information. So right, because the information she got was from the Department of Motor DMV, Massachusetts DMV, right? And those, so she needed the social security numbers. And because of a short time that she was able to do that, literally within like a day or two, that sort of tells me that it was probably purchased or obtained from somewhere.
Yeah, so she actually got out of Rikers Island in the summer of 2019. She had $30 in her pocket and she went to Greenwich Village to a friend's house and they immediately hit the club scene. Now, by early 2020, she was busy in the Upper East Side of New York restaurants where she and her friends were hanging out, coming up with their schemes.
Crazy.
Insane. So let's take a look at an influencer's Instagram account. Let's see if I get this right. And they're saying that this very first, they're saying that this very last, wait, where is it this one? Nope, not that one. They're saying that her last post was one where she was wearing an outfit from a brand that had sponsored her. And the caption on it read something like, I am not an influencer.
Mm,
Had it up
hmm.
a minute ago. Now I'm trying to find it. Where is it?
It would be interesting. So when you guys search her up, if you choose to have to do that in your spare time, read the comments. There's she's on TikTok, right? So she's on TikTok too, and some of the comments are pretty. You know what people are saying? They're saying
What do
when you
they
get
say?
out, you need to. When you get out, you need to teach me.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah,
Holy smokes. Never would have thought that. Now,
yeah.
now here on Instagram, you see this one on my way to work with this post. Now, somebody's saying this whole story is sad and the world is truly a horrible place now. Everyone does something they shouldn't. Happens every day. Now, swindler girl is what they're calling her. Um,
Hmm.
on your way to prison. Yes, girl. So apparently Instagram is a little bit more reasonable, right? I want to see how you influence your jail mates. That's interesting. Man, I you know how I feel about TikTok though, but I might go over there just to check that out. I might go over to TikTok just to check that out. So I'm trying to find the one that said, I am not an influencer. 'Cause apparently that was one of her last posts. Oh, somebody said, "See you in 5 years, honey." So now people are beginning to go back and actually write comments on some of her old Instagram posts.
Mm.
Yeah, there's another one. Hope you enjoy prison. Up, somebody said she's broke. No regrets. Link for prints. So this is where she was advertising for these paintings, these prints that are on the wall here at this particular place. So apparently she was making some money and she had some people sponsoring her, but I'm guessing that's not enough money to survive on, you know?
Hmm.
So apparently this is one of
When you charter private planes, I mean that I imagine it goes by really quick.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So apparently this is one of the brands too that she would wear and possibly get paid for. Um But although they did say in one of the articles that she was posting her lavish lifestyle, this doesn't look too lavish to me. I mean, she's sitting on a BMW. It's a 4 Series. I mean, this looks like maybe a kind of fancy outfit, but eh. I mean, what's that? Is that a Bentley or a Rolls? I can't really see. Let me make it bigger. Maybe I can tell then. Why are you laughing at me, Galena?
It's a Rolls Royce. Judging outfits.
Well, no,
Oh,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying they talked about her putting her lavish lifestyle on Instagram. I've seen lavish lifestyle photos. This doesn't appear to be it. So like here she is at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Um,
hmm.
I mean, the car's most likely not hers. Anybody can pose outside of the Beverly Hills Hotel. I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, maybe 1.3 only gets you to pose in front of the Beverly Hills. I mean, listen, the inflation is, hey, it's hitting everyone.
It is. But okay, so this one still begs the question though. It begs several questions. Oh, let me hurry up because I know you gotta go, Galena.
I
But
gotta go.
it begs several questions with these PPP loans. And you brought it up earlier, and I just want to highlight that before you drop out. She got 1.3 million. How much did we spend in order to catch her and the other criminals? We more than likely spent more on the back end than prevention would have cost us. On this show, we've talked about several states that purposely lowered their internal control standards in order to allow people to get these loans. Big mistake, you know.
Yeah, yeah. It's not, now it's catching up. But how do you choose? Who do you choose? Now, in this case, there were a lot of other victims, right? Because of their identities were stolen. So clearly, things had to be um, caught up with. But
Sure, sure.
interesting case. But hey, guys, happy Friday. I gotta go. Gotta get up, pick up my kiddos from school. So thank you, Rob. We'll see you soon.
All right, we'll see you later, Galena. And as Galena parts, you guys are stuck with just me because Christine was actually having some problems with her sound. And so, listen, we have somebody says the not influencer is in her profile description. Thank you. I knew it was somewhere. You know me and Instagram. I am on Instagram, but TikTok is just really not my thing. We got Thomas over on YouTube dropping that audit guy into the chat because remember, if you want to be eligible to win a prize at the end of the show, drop that audit guy into the chat. Now, the other surprise that I had for you all today was free ethics course on December the 6th. You can get your 2 hours of ethics for free. All you have to do is go to thatauditguy.com/ethics. As you can see here from the landing page, you got 25 days until the ethics course. So when you see this, you just click right here on buy ticket and you see the price is zero. Now, in return, this is all I'm asking of you all in return. Write a review for the session after it's over and also let me know what the experience is like. I built a brand new system to help us get CPE credit for watching the Friday Fraudster and Audit Bites live. So if you also look on my website, I'm going to show you how you can do that as well. So what you're going to do is go to my website and go to the virtual/in-person training events, and you'll see a whole list of them. You'll see a search bar, and you'll see a whole list. And look at these. Friday Fraudster Live. That one's expired because, well, that was from today. But on November the 24th, Starting on that day, you can register to attend the Friday Fraudster Live, buy your ticket for free, and if you attend live, you will get CPE credit. We'll all be in a virtual space together doing the show live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and with a private audience who will get CPE credit. Now, isn't that exciting? I mean, I'm excited about that. Aren't you guys excited about that? You all should be excited about that. All right. All right. So now that we've told you the story, I won't belabor the point. We'll get straight to the giveaway. As soon as I pop up the right screen, we'll get right to the giveaway. See, I don't have my co-host with me right now to help me stall, you know? Okay, in all seriousness, who's ready for a giveaway? Now, here's the thing. Even if you've won before, you can still win today. Even if you've won before, you can still win today. But you got to be here in order to win. You know what? I think I like this better on the other side. There we go. So, make sure it's completely random now, Rob. That must be Dana. Dana, it's automatically done. It is completely random and all out of my control. We're going to push this draw button and here we go. Now, Clarence. Clarence, you know what? This is Clarence's third time winning. Clarence, if you don't mind, we're going to draw again and give somebody else a chance. You don't mind, do you, Clarence? Clarence doesn't mind. This is Clarence's third time winning. Clarence, I need for you to go play the lottery, okay? Better yet, I need for you to go tell me what numbers you are going to play on the lottery, okay? This is what I need for you to do. Third time? Okay, we're gonna pick somebody else too. We're gonna draw again. Clarence, I need for you to go play the lottery, man. And then tell me what numbers you play. Because I'm gonna go play those numbers. You know who that's what okay. I was just about to say a couple of weeks ago, Shafundu said, "This is my lucky week. I'm gonna win." And he didn't win. But Shafundu, are you still here? Shafundu, are you still here? Here's what's interesting. The prize was gonna be my book, but Shafundu just ordered the book maybe a couple of months ago. So we're gonna have to figure out what you want, Shafundu. You know what I think you should get? I think you should get a That Audit Guy mug. That's what I really think you should get because it is the ultimate gift for auditors to have. See, here's the thing: if you would like your That Audit Guy mug, you can go to the website, go to store here, go where it says Audit Apparel, and then scroll down. You see all this good stuff I have for us auditors. But here's the mug I like right here. This one. We ship everywhere. We ship internationally as well. So that price, $14 to $17, get it for your favorite auditor for Christmas. Shafundu is still here. He says, yes, sir. So does that mean you want a mug? But no. Congrats, Shafundu. You said you were going to win it last week and you didn't. Clarence is winning like 8 times in a row. So Clarence and I are going to play the lottery together. So today's episode of the Friday Fraudster, episode 122, the Instagram incident. Apparently, this individual was able to swindle the government out of almost $1.5 million in PPP loans. And if you've listened to this show, this is probably about the 5th story we've done that was related to PPP loans. And so here's what I'll say. For us auditors, surely we see some of this tomfoolery going on and we don't speak up. I remember we covered a story about the state of Denver. Denver was trying to rush to get payments out. And here's what they did. The governor came on and actually lowered the standards. And I said this back then in 2021, and I'll say it again in 2023. Somebody should have said, listen, I meant the governor of Colorado, sorry. The governor, somebody should have said, hey, look, Gov, we don't want to do this. Here's some of the implications that will happen if we do this. Who knows? Maybe someone did, but why would you lower your internal control standards. Now, Marsha won a book one week and she said she received her book. Shifundu, yes, you are getting the mug. Hey, you know what? Contact me on WhatsApp, Shifundu, with your mailing address. And then I can send it to you. Better yet, never mind. I'll get it to you. I have another way to do it too. I'll send you a coupon to be used in the store, and the coupon will charge me for it. Never mind. And then you can have it shipped wherever you want it shipped. You see how we auditors have to be real creative with stuff? Anyway, yeah, it just begs the question of how in, how in the world did we let all this happen? And who did not speak up, and who did speak up, and what happened to the people that spoke up? Kentucky, the state of Kentucky, had something similar going on where they lowered the standards for receiving those loans during the pandemic under the guise of getting money to the people faster. Faster is not always better. Faster is not always better. Okay, so I want to thank you guys for joining me for episode 122. We've done the giveaway. Don't forget to go and register for the ethics course. Give me some feedback on how it's working, because I really want to make sure the program is operating smoothly, because once we get this down, the next thing that's coming out, hopefully before the end of the year, is the That Audit Guy app. I've been testing it, so I had to get this done first. So next, it's the app. Justin says, when am I talking about the Trumps? What do you mean? What am I talking about the Trumps for? I need to have me a good fraud news story to talk about some of that. But in all seriousness, I try to stay away from politics, because here's why though. Because oftentimes with politics, sometimes people get so clouded in their emotions that they are not as factual as they need to be. And what I want for us to do first is remain factual. I have a lot of soft skills courses where I teach us about emotional regulation and emotional control. I don't want to get into all that with some people, you know? So that would be me teaching an entirely different session. And this is made to be kind of fun and friendly. But that's the reason I try to stay away from politics on this particular show, because some people get overly emotional and irrational. And I'm talking about both sides of the aisle. I'm not just talking about one political party or the other. You've seen people who can't control their emotions, and we don't want to have to block people and then get mad at people. That doesn't make any sense. So I feel like I would just avoid that to begin with at this particular point. So yeah, that's one of my reasons for that. But that's a good question, though, Justin. That's why we do this show, man, so that we can all talk and ask open and honest questions. Thank you, Shifundu. Shifundu says, great episode. Have a good Friday. Yeah, no, you're right, though. Justin says, the case in New York has already been found liable for fraud. Yeah, it has been, 100%. Yeah. The case has been found liable, but could you imagine us discussing it and then emotional and irrational people come to the forefront and start saying all kinds of things? And yeah, you don't want to get banned from LinkedIn and YouTube at the same time, right? So thank you all for joining me for this episode. You won't see me next week. Next Friday is my birthday, so I'm taking off for once. Next Friday is my birthday and I'm taking off. So see you guys. Thank you. Bye.